Shut up and sit down.
Strengths and weaknesses essay. Essay on strengths and weaknesses for students and children in English. Strengths and weaknesses are two polar opposite terms, but they complement each other in a way that helps a person know themselves better. Strengths and weaknesses, being subjective, vary from person to person and often are seen to change roles. We should be aware of our strengths and weaknesses to know ourselves better and thus to make the right decisions for ourselves. Often, one isn't aware of their strength or weaknesses, and hence, when subjected to dire situations, they do not know how to manage or react. Being around people helps one realize their good and bad attributes, which exposes them raw to their inner selves. Getting to know ourselves better is a key to self love and self care. Personality is something that comes before all other achievements in life. To be able to stay true to our personality should be an aim in life with all other pursuits. Being able to accept our strengths and weaknesses is key to build a strong and appealing personality. It comes helpful in any social handlings. When exposed to constructive criticism, one should not feel demoralized. Weakness is not a harmful term. Instead, it highlights the strength in a person, just like how the brightest light from the darkest shadow. On research, the weakness that haunts most of today's generation is insecurity. This is because they are still not fully aware of their strength, which drive their mind to linger upon something as trivial as imperfection. Contrast and comparison can never be a healthy practice, as it hinders in the way of blooming the strength which is dormant within us. A person needs to identify their weakness at first, redefine it in a way that isn't hateful, and last but not least, work through the weakness gradually. Recognizing our weaknesses and converting them to our strengths is a skill everyone should strive to possess. Our strength makes us unique from the rest of the population. It gives us an identity to be known for and to nurture to flourish further. But often we have heard of strength turning into weaknesses. Strength could be exploited in a way that it stands between a person and their happiness. Strengths can become disadvantage when plagued by excessive pride. To be humble is a key to nurture the strength in us in a way that it becomes our companion throughout life. It is important not to underestimate our strengths. One might not possess the common and widespread, vibrant personality attributes such as good communication, empathy, flexibility, creativity, versatility, but simply be a good listener or observer. Even those are unique strengths that one should be proud of. With a slight change, many problems can be often compensated for. But at the same time, weaknesses should not be labeled as problems. Strengths and weaknesses are what we were born with or have acquired over time with experience. So, to be honest with ourselves and live a less stressful life, it is always advised to be collaterally benefited and educated from both strengths and weaknesses. 10 lines on strengths and weaknesses in English. Strengths and weaknesses are complementary attributes that demand to be recognized in a person. A person can mentally grow once they accept their strengths and weaknesses. When one recognizes their strength, they should nurture them and make use of them. On coming face to face with weaknesses, one should accept them and work through them. Character Strength and Virtues is a book by Christopher Peterson and Martin Seligman that, in an empirical, religious, and scientific manner, presents a measure of humanist ideals of virtue. The strength of a person can often become their weakness and vice versa. One should not compare their strengths and weaknesses to another person. A sense of uniqueness in one's identity comes from their strengths and weaknesses. Strength should not be misused and weaknesses should not be underestimated. Strengths and weaknesses are perpetual companions of a person throughout their life.